Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is your man, Bryant Corbitt. How you doing? Hope you are doing very well on this hot summer day. As I am doing this, it is July 2021, and we want to hear from you. We got a lot of great music. We have the latest with entertainment information, and we just have a lot of fun overall. So, since this is the month of July, and I kind of missed the 4th of July with everything that is going on, this month contains a lot of different days that is very interesting. Did you know, during the month of July, International Joke Day, Made in the USA Day, July 3rd was National Eat Beans Day. Everybody knows about July 4th. But did you know that the 6th of this month was National Fried Chicken Day, and then you had Chocolate Day. So there's a lot going on during this month. July is National Cell Phone Courtesy Month. Have you had anything like a situation deal with the cell phone? If you do, you can hit me up right here at 334-377-8686 and let me know. Love to hear that. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and kick things off.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy The Bryant Corbitt Show.
This is a song about an old Welsh witch. Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night. Wouldn't you love to love her? She moves her life like a bird in flight. Who would be her lover? Well, your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt Show.
And Shar'charri Richardson. Yes, we are taking your calls about that, trying to find out how do you feel about it. And Shar'charri Richardson failed the drug test following her Olympic qualifying 100-meter race victory at the U.S. Olympic track and field trials in Oregon. And she accepted the 1-month period of ineligibility that began on June 28th. And while the suspension takes Richardson out of running in her signature event at the Tokyo Games, she may still have a chance to run the 4x100-meter relay. And athletes who have tested positive for substance of abuse, which, THC was newly classified as of this year, usually receive a 3-month suspension if they can establish that their use of the substance occurred out of competition and was unrelated to sport performance. Richardson has went on to say that because of her mother's death, she was feeling very depressed, said she takes responsibility for her actions. How do you feel about it? People are saying no matter what, the rules are the rules, and you have to suffer the consequences if that's what the case is. So, we want to get your comments. How do you feel about it?
Good hearing from you, Umar. We were just talking about the young lady. This crisis really is a local crisis for us here in Dallas, because the young lady that's been put out of the 100 so far, 100 meters. Well, she's from Dallas. She's a local hero here in Dallas for a lot of kids, a lot of people just crazy about her. What do you think about that situation?
I think it's unfortunate, and I would venture to say that had she not been an American African, I think the Olympic Committee would have possibly looked the other way, given the circumstance, because her use of marijuana was done to help console her upon learning that her mother had passed. To me, that is a very understandable use of marijuana, and she should not have been punished for that. I understand rules are rules, but again, had she not been one of us, given the circumstances, I think this would have never come out.
Yeah. What about the swimmer? What's his name? He won all the gold medals. He got caught.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, he got caught with tons of that stuff, didn't he? And
was he ever punished?
No.
There you go. Case in point. Double standard.
Yeah.
Jim Crow law has never been disqualified.
Penalty should fit the crime. And I mean, if she's shooting up damn steroids, I mean, she ain't doing none of that. Y'all letting men competing as biological women taking drugs too. Yeah, they actually take estrogen so they can be more feminine. It look crazy as hell. The World Doping Association, y'all, man, y'all some damn clowns, man. Y'all gonna let men compete against women, but y'all can suspend women smoked a joint 3-4 weeks ago? Yeah. Y'all some clowns, man. Y'all some ass
Well, they did
clowns.
Michael Phelps. They banned him for like...
They shouldn't have banned him either.
He didn't even test positive. He was just in the picture smoking.
Well, you deserve to get banned if you're taking pictures. Though.
Yeah, but
that's just plain stupid.
well, it was like
You taking pictures?
it was
smoking?
an old picture. It wasn't like a real current picture. They went back in the yearbook on his ass. Something. Well, they didn't go back that far back. But what I want to say is, I want to bring up that shithole they call Twitter. You ought to just see all the comments and tweets about how this is just racism.
Yeah. Has
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it affects.
Shar'charri said it herself that
man.
she knew what she did was wrong and she decided to do it anyway.
Hey, can I do some talking?
And she's holding herself accountable.
Can I do some talking?
Why y'all making it about race when race has nothing to do with it?
Yeah, y'all stupid. Y'all. That's why y'all liberal. Y'all can't help it.
Now, I'm not blaming Shar'charri as much as those who are emotionally charged because of them following Shar'charri and her efforts. But I do hear people talk about boycott. Boycott what? I ain't boycotting Jet. Boycott what? Why? Because she couldn't follow the rules? I'm not boycotting Jet. Who raised y'all? They even said, we got to boycott this. And I don't care if she's black. I don't care if she's orange. I don't care if she's white. I don't care if her alternates are orange or white or black. The point is what's fair and what's right is what's right. Shar'charri went out there and won a race, but she won a race in an invalid way. It's just that simple. Move on. 2024 will be here before you blink. So let this go and let's move forward.
Oh, from a stance and fame standpoint in America, remember, you can earn a lot of dollars just by having a huge platform. Logan Paul, etc. Shar'charri had 300,000 followers 2 weeks ago before Olympic trials. How do I know? Because I was at Olympic trials. How do I know? Because I keep up with track and field as much, if not more, than anybody on TV. Shar'charri has 2 million right now. With people like Michelle Obama, Gabrielle Union, Nelly tweeting about her. Shar'charri had 70,000 Twitter followers just 2 weeks ago. She has over 470,000 now.
She passed me, cuz.
Yes.
Damn.
Big dog.
What I need to do
and if we're being real, she hasn't yet accomplished anything. She hasn't won USA's because her performances are invalid. So what has she accomplished? She has the collegiate record. She has a collegiate record at 1075. But from a pro level, she hasn't accomplished anything, but has all eyes on her. So if I'm actually being real, looking at her as her agent, looking at her as Nike, who is her endorser, this is huge. Yeah. You were the most notable person in track and field, more notable than Allison Felix, who is the most decorated track athlete of all time.
Got a comment? Something to say? Give us your opinion. Call 334-377-8686.
Hey, Bryant. Favorite listener here, Rhonda. Just wanted to comment on a couple of things on this Shar'charri Richardson, the Olympic athlete. She knew the rules. My thinking on this is that she knows the rules going in. Marijuana is prohibited, whether it be a performance-enhancing drug or legal. Doesn't matter. It says no marijuana, no illegal drugs. It may not be illegal where she's from or where her mama lives or anybody else. But the rules state this, and that's what she has to go by. So as far as her being, removed and, off the Olympic team for that reason, I say yes, because rules are rules. I don't care who you are. You're not above them, and you're not, special treatment given to anyone. It shouldn't be that way. That's why rules are made. People should follow them, and that's it. Simple as that. You do what you're supposed to do. There's no repercussions. But you don't follow the rules, you suffer the consequences. I feel sorry for her that her mother recently passed away. But my mother died, but I didn't do marijuana. I cried a lot, but I didn't do marijuana. I didn't do any other type of drugs. I know we all handle stress and loss and everything differently, but she knew the rules. That's all it comes down to.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Just the sum of every high and every low. Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, You'll have everything, God. You'll have every victory. Oh, you say I love when I can't feel a thing. You say when I think I am weak. You say I am when I am unsure. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours, and I believe what you
Anyone knows me knows that I'm a big Michael Jackson and Prince fan. I love that. But did you know that Prince and Michael Jackson did a show together with James Brown? Oh, you did know? Okay. Well, you know I got the video to prove it. Check it out.
Let's give another standing ovation for a young man sitting behind you that you have no idea who's in the audience. Michael Jackson, brother Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt
Michael
Show.
Jackson. Michael Jackson. You gotta come up and say something. You gotta come up and say something. Michael Jackson, come on up, man. Come up and say something. Gotta come up and say something.
Now, I've seen this video 100 times. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't think that much about it. But according to reports, Prince did not like that video at all. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that he felt that he kind of made a mistakes and he was kind of shown up a little bit by Michael Jackson. One of Prince's people that actually talked about it, what was going through Prince's mind. He watched the video several years even after that, because this was like early on in his career. Very interesting.
Sly established a template for selecting musicians based on their musicality, not on their gender or not on their race. Just get the best musicians.
He's a groundbreaker.
Yeah, he was a groundbreaker, and they both were geniuses with melody, and they were both really, really funky. So Sly was a role model, and when I look at photos, early photos of Sly when he was a teenager in San Francisco, what a beautiful face he had. And I see
This is pre-cocaine.
Well, yeah, sure. I see the same expression on his teenage face as what Prince had on his. James Brown was a mentor because James Brown was a great band leader. And James Brown had a strong work ethic and so much discipline, and the way he danced and his showmanship and that work ethic was one that Prince modeled himself after. Joni, to a lot of musicians, is a real goddess because of how she approached music with her unusual tunings and her. She is a painter. She's an oil painter, but she approached music as tone paintings, and she appealed to his artistic side. I'm sure you've probably seen the bootleg video from 1982 that shows the James Brown concert where Michael Jackson and Prince
James
got
Brown
on stage.
Where Prince doesn't sing a note.
Yeah, that was a bad night.
He was upset that night. Has anyone ever seen it? Okay. It's not the way it was supposed to go down.
No, and that was one night when Prince really messed up, and here's something you might not know, so I'll fill in a few little bits. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a very grainy video from 1982, but it's a James Brown concert. Michael Jackson is in the house, so Michael gets on stage
They're
with
at the
James
Beverly
Brown.
Theater. James Brown finds out that Michael Jackson's on stage, is in the audience. He comes on, sings a few lines to It's a Man's World. Then James Brown signals the band into There Was a Time. Michael Jackson does the moonwalk, a few steps, and then whispers in James Brown's ear, Prince is here and you got to bring him to the stage.
Now, Prince told me this himself when I asked, really naively, how come you and Michael Jackson aren't better friends, Prince? And I remember he turned around his chair and he looked at me and he said, don't be naive. That guy is a racehorse. He is really competitive. I was actually pushing Prince because Michael had asked him to duet with him on the song Bad. And Prince said no.
Wasn't comfortable with the opening line where he says, your butt is mine.
Yeah. And I'm like, come on, Prince, you guys should be friends. How naive was I? And Prince said, what are you kidding? Anyway, Michael was really shrewd. Now remember, Michael was huge at this point in 1982 compared to Prince. But Prince was his rival, and Michael knew it. And Michael, with his shrewd tactician's mind, saw an opportunity to embarrass Prince and to trump his rival on stage.
Is that what happened?
Oh, you know it. So Michael said, yes. So, check
Michael's
out
a
what
bad
happened.
mother. Wow.
He worked at Westlake Audio, and John Sacchetti told me plenty of stories. And I worked with the Jacksons right after Prince, so I've heard things. I know that this is true. So Michael says to James Brown, very shrewdly, Prince is in the house, bring him up. So that's what you do when you see an opportunity to show your rival right there on stage that you're better than he is. So imagine your Prince, your idol, and your number one rival have just invited you on stage.
Oh, no.
And you are scared to death, and you better hope nobody in this house has a camera. Someone does, but you better hope they don't. So anyway, he gets on stage, and as you've seen, he made a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. He's singing, but it's not going over well because there's Michael Jackson there, and Michael's a great singer. So he says, well, give me a guitar. But he's nervous, and all he's really doing, James Brown's band is a rhythm band.
He's doing some rhythm scratch.
So he's just doing some rhythm. How interesting is that? Not much to the audience. It's like, what's your deal, buddy? So he realizes this real quick. He takes the guitar off, and then it was the fatal mistake. It was bad. It was bad.
The jacket comes off,
Yes.
his chest, and he starts, And no mic.
Yeah, but that wasn't the worst of it. That was the worst. He thought, okay, I'll go sexy. I'll do something Michael can't do. I'll do this sexy thing, because Michael's not going to take off his shirt and, be that sexy guy. So Prince is trying to be tactical back. I'll do something you can't do, my rival. I'll be sexy. But with James Brown's audience, it wasn't working. Because they came to see James Brown. James Brown is an older guy, kind of sexy, and this young guy with his shirt off, no, not too good. So then he made the fatal mistake. Bad. Prince decided, I know, I'll dance. Not with Michael Jackson on stage. You don't dance in front of Michael Jackson.
So you mean the thing with the microphone stand through the legs and trying to do the James thing and all that?
The guy, Michael Jackson, could spin 5 times on one toe. You don't dance on stage with Michael Jackson. And he messed that up, and then as he realized, I better get out of here. So as he's going to get off the stage, he knocked over a light pole, Prince did.
It was like a lamppost, so as he's getting on Big Chick's back, he kind of brings the lamppost into the crowd with him.
Now here I want to tell you something, and this is sad, and it was Jesse Johnson who told me this story.
Yeah.
So they're all together afterwards, the members of the Time and Prince. And they're in, I think, the back of the limo. And Prince says to all of them, that was bad, wasn't it? That was terrible, wasn't it? And Jesse told me, and Jesse was the new guy, so he kept quiet, but Jesse said...
Jesse Johnson, guitarist
Jesse
of the
Johnson
Time.
from the Time, yeah. Not one person said to him, yeah, it was. They all said, Jesse told me, they all went, no, Prince, that was great. That was great. And Prince, Jesse said his face just went blank, and he just sat back in the car because he just realized at that moment, there's no one around me who will tell me the truth.
Wow.
How lonely is that? And this is before Purple Rain. My best friends just lied to me. And this is another thing that's not well known about Prince. He played that tape over and over again in the house.
Like the video watching
Yep.
it?
I teach this to my students. What would compel you to relive one of the most embarrassing moments of your career? What would compel you? The only person who would do that is a person who learns from his mistakes and is determined to never do that again. This is why he always videotaped rehearsals. He wanted to know, what do I look like to you? And if I'm making a mistake, correct me. And I don't care how painful it is. Correct me.
It's the Bryant Corbitt Show.
And of course, that is a very interesting video. All 3 of those guys have gone on. What would it be like in heaven if Prince and Michael Jackson were together? Would they perform? Would they do a concert together?
Is it luscious? Grapes. So this is heaven. This bores me. Selena gets Michael on the phone.
Hello?
Well, if it isn't the king himself,
Who's this?
you know who this is.
Prince? Is that you? Wow. It's really good to hear from you, man. I was wondering when you was gonna show up.
Grapes. Let me be honest with you, Michael. Heaven is not what I expected. It seems like they let anyone in here.
You're so crazy, Prince.
Look, Michael, I know we had our creative differences. Me being more creative and all. But what do you say we jam for old time's sake? And give the people what they always wanted.
Oh!
Assemble your crew. Oh, wait, never mind. I'll see you in 5.
Simone!
If you'll excuse me, ladies, I have some overdue business to attend.
Dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, my darling, can you picture this? Dream if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violence blue. And the moon strikes curious closer. Feel the heat between me and you. Just let me stand there, alone in the world, it's so cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding, or maybe I'm just like my father too. Maybe I'm just like my mother, she never satisfied. Why don't we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doors cry. Touch, if you will, my stomach. Feel how it trembles inside. You got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you, 'cause even doves have pride. Can you just leave me standing? Leave me, girl. Alone in the world, it's so cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father too. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She never satisfied. Why don't we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. Doves cry, the 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 doves cry. You know I really want it, baby. You know I really want it,
Game Blouses.
And that is a funny parody directed by Ricky O and starring Michael Traxton. It came out actually a couple of years ago, and a great parody, just a great film, but didn't get as many views as I thought it would get. But still, I wanted to go ahead and play it on the show.
You're a whole new generation. You're dancing through the day. You're grabbing for the magic on the run. You're a whole new generation. You're loving what you do. I put a Pepsi in the motion, but that choice is up to you. Hey, you're the Pepsi generation. Girls are down and taste the thrill of today, and feel the Pepsi way. Taste the thrill of today, and feel the Pepsi way. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation.
Now, of course, 2021, there is a new documentary out. I got a chance to see it. Rarely seen footage that captures the magic of the 1969 music festival held at Mountain Moores Park in Harlem, and it was attended by 300,000 people, and it's called the Summer of Soul. And if you get a chance to check it out, you definitely need to check it out because it is fantastic.
Are you ready, black people? Are you really ready? Are you ready to listen to all the beautiful black voices, the beautiful black feeling, the beautiful black waves moving in beautiful air? Are you ready, black people? Are you ready?
Nobody ever heard of the Harlem Culture Festival. Nobody would believe that happened.
6 weekends of major artists.
The Panthers were the security and kids were sitting up on the trees. I was nervous. I didn't expect a crowd like that. Something very important was happening. It wasn't just about the music.
1969 was a change of era in the black community.
The styles were changing.
Music was changing.
And revolution was coming together.
We are a new people. We are a beautiful people.
That concert took my life from black and white into color.
We wanted progress. We are black people and we should be proud of this.
We were coming together to say this was our world and how beautiful it was.
We're gonna try to sing a song together. Don't wait for your neighbor, because your neighbor might be waiting for you.
Wanna take you higher? Are you ready? Wanna take you higher?
We believed in what we felt in here. So when we went up, let's go. Let's go do it.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt Show.
Is everybody having a good time still? Come on! How many people feel like making a little bit of love up in here tonight? Y'all sing along. Here we go.
It's the Bryant Corbitt Show.
Since it's summer, a lot of people are going out. They're trying to celebrate their summer vacation. They really don't know exactly what to do or where to go. I'm going to feature YouTube content creators that can give you some detailed information about where to go, what to do. One of my favorite YouTube channels happens to be Passport Heavy, and they are excellent. So let's go on vacation.
There's no limit to living large when you in Miami. So the mansion that I stayed at, the next guest, he was on Forbes Top 1500. So he was there for the month coming up, and he didn't even flinch at the 6-figure monthly price tag for the rental. I was there for a day, my accountant calling me, Jabril, what's up, what's going on? So there's levels to this life, even in the top 1%. And in Miami, some people really got it like that. And so I just want to break down a few things real quick, right? So it takes about $32,000 a year on a world scale to be a part of the top 1% of income earners. I don't think a lot of people understand how blessed they are. For example, I'm talking about Miami, but I'm recording this in Bali, Indonesia right now, and minimum wage is $175 a month. So in the US, UK, to be a top 1% income earner, it's about $500,000 a year, right? So I just want to give you a little bit of perspective. So as it relates to the top 1%, I'm near the bottom of the totem pole when you're talking about that class of people. Now I understand that I'm really blessed and I really have no complaints in life. And so there's a lot of things people say, man, I would never do that if I had money. And I say a lot of times is, once you get there, come back and talk to me, right? So for example, a lot of people say, oh man, I'd never have a cleaner, I'd always clean my house. But the thing is, it's not always the most effective use of time, right? And then secondly, you're helping the economy, you're helping someone else have a job. And thirdly, if you don't enjoy it, I think this is one of the benefits of earning more money. You don't have to do things that you don't enjoy. And so that's my philosophy in life. If it ain't fun and I can afford to help someone else out and they can help me out in the process, I'm all about it. And to even go a little bit further, right? So it's like the guy that says, man, I'd never fly a girl out. I'd never do anything like that. But they're gonna get an Uber for her, to arrive and go home. It's no difference. It's like some guys can literally do a flight in and out easier than some dudes can do the Uber, right? So it's all relative. And so that's one thing I've realized in life. And for me coming up, I've always been like, man, I'm so inspired by people who are able to do things, live a certain way, because there's a lot of good people doing amazing things, making good money. So before I get to the cars, the mansion, I just want to give you a little bit more perspective, right? And so I'm gonna break it down as simply as I can. So let's take, for example, someone who's making $40,000 a year. And so what does a $40 Uber to them feel like? What does a $1,500 Rolls Royce a day feel like to them compared to someone who's maybe making $1.2 million a year, or someone who's making $4 million a year, or someone crazy that's making like $40 million a year? I want to break down a few different examples for you. So let's talk about someone making $1.2 million a year. And I hear these phrases all the time. Man, $1 million ain't shit these days. I'm like, okay, let me show you what it can do, right? So 1.2 a year, that's 30 times more than someone who's making $40,000 a year. So what does that feel like? So a $40 Uber to someone who's making 1.2, that feels like they spending $1.43 for that Uber ride. Or that $1,500 a day Rolls Royce rental, it feels like $50 a day to someone who's making $40,000 a year. And so that's the difference, right? And then you're like, man, if it felt like $50 a day, I might actually treat myself and do that once in a while. Now let's talk about some crazy levels. So someone making $40 million a year, the Uber feels like 4 cents to someone who's making like $40,000 a year. And then the Rolls Royce $1,500 rental, it feels like $1.50. Now, if something felt like $1.50 to you, you're probably gonna indulge in it, right? Because it's not really a big thing, and that's how people go. It's like buying a cup of coffee for someone who's making 40 mil, and people in Miami got it like that. All right, enough about perspective. Let me talk about some of the fun stuff that I did. And so when I was down in Miami, I remember meeting my guy Mark from Vomo's CEO. When it comes to private jets, yachts, helicopters, anything luxurious, Mark is that guy. And so I met him through my homie Neo. And so I gave him a call, and he's like, yo, if you need a jet, whatever, I can do it. But when you're down in Miami, let me connect you with my guys at Golden Yacht Charters. And so those are the people who took care of me down there. So when it came to the crib, you're gonna see the jet skis, the yacht, the car. They're the ones who hooked it up down there. And when you talk about what makes something a 1% experience, it's definitely the service. Because anyone can have a yacht or a car, but it's the service what separates, the top 1%. And so why were we doing all this crazy stuff? For me, it was a celebration. I was celebrating our first 8-figure year in business. So that didn't mean I get to keep $8 million and put it in my account, but we did pretty well. And so I said, yo, let's go out and just enjoy for the day and relax. So that's why we were out celebrating life. So before I talk about the mansion, I want to talk about the cars. So with the full service, if you want to be driven around in the Maybach, if you want the Suburban, whatever it is, that you have a driver on call. And then one of my favorite things is, my dream car is a Rolls-Royce Dawn. But when I look at the price tag, $400,000 plus, the way my bank account's set up right now, I'm like, nah, that's gonna have to chill. But enjoying that for one day, I was like, I'm gonna do that. Because some of my favorite things, I love a convertible and I love a luxurious car. And so I feel like the Rolls-Royce Dawn is that perfect example. And so when you talk about the smoothest car I've ever driven in my life, this is it. And then shout out to Chanel as well. So she was rolling around with the boy. I actually met her in Oakland. And shout out to Morgan from Blavity. So I met her at Afrotech. And then also shout out to Twitter. So I actually met her at a Twitter party with a whole bunch of dope black folks doing dope things in tech. And so she was in town. I was like, yo, come chill with the boy. And so we were just rolling around, enjoying, went to the beach for a little bit. And so I'm telling you, the kind of looks that you get when you was in that Rolls Royce, I was like, man, I can't lie, man. I kind of dig at this. So one ride I enjoy as much as the Rolls Royce is the Can-Am. Man, this thing is so much fun. When you talk about, I feel like a big ass kid on this thing, real talk. And so when I was down there, I couldn't find anyone that rented one. And so I actually ended up buying it. So this is actually my personal Can-Am. And so if you in Miami, you want to rent it, holla at my guys. And so you'll see the
What's up, Paradise Crew? Guess what? We're on the first cruise back in Miami. Royal Caribbean's People's Champ, the People's Choice, the freedom of the seas.
Whoop, whoop. So Royal Caribbean DM'd us and said, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And we said, hanging out with you.
That's right, we're gonna be going to Nassau, then we're gonna hit up the perfect day at Coco Cay. You already know what time it is.
Show in paradise.
See you in paradise.
Oh
yeah, I already know what day it is.
Oh yeah, today's cruise day, guys. And we were super surprised. We had no idea that we were gonna get to go on the Freedom of the Seas, but Royal Caribbean sent us a DM and said, hey guys, do you wanna come on the ship? And we said, yes, absolutely. So we are here in Miami. It is 1:03 p.m. We can't board the ship until 2:30, and now they're being really strict on the time that you board and actually arrive in the terminal. Now before you could show up not any time you wanted, but you could be early and it would be okay. Not now. So if you have a boarding time, make sure you stay to that boarding time or they will turn you away. We did it, we made it. Guys, we are on the Freedom of the Seas. And first, we're gonna go to our cabin because it's ready.
Let's do it.
Now this is where all the magic happens. You know what I'm talking about. You got that special someone hanging out. You come back to the room and order some Sorrentos and fall asleep watching TV. Yeah, and they also give you a telephone so you can order more Sorrentos. Guys, this room is, I will say, admittedly a little bit larger than the Adventure of the Seas, the cruise we just got off of.
Yep.
And I'm digging it. What do you think so far?
I really like it. I am going to get very spoiled of balcony cabins because that view is incredible.
Oh yeah, you want to check it out real quick? Let's go check out this view. What do you think of everything so far?
It's quite nice.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I do.
You excited for this weekend?
I am.
What's next?
I am excited. We have to go to our muster station so we can get our little sticker, which means we can do whatever we want on the ship. Well, that's not true. Within reason.
Within reason.
Within reason. So we got to do that right now.
All right, let's go.
So the rest of our evening is up in the air. We could get dinner at Hibachi. We could get dinner at Playmakers. We could get dinner in the main dining room. We don't know, but you're going to want to watch because everything's going to be great. Great. On to dinner. Dinner time! Are you ready for dinner?
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
We have decided to go to Azumi Hibachi tonight. Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog invited us and they were able to get us some extra seats. I was going to say 2 extra seats. So we're going to head there right now.
So you recommended the mochi balls.
It's classic.
I don't know.
It's ice cream house inside of something magical.
Ice cream inside of something magical. You want to get in there, babe?
I want to get in this.
Get in there, girl. Ooh. This is the best dessert ever. This is so delicious.
Dinner at Azumi was delicious, and getting to know Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog was absolutely incredible. Please subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Afterwards, we headed to Playmakers to experience the Touchdown Sundae, which has 6 scoops of ice cream, 4 chocolate straws, and 7 layers of fun. And to also taste their famous campfire cookie. It's a giant cookie topped with roasted marshmallows, finished with a chocolate and caramel drizzle, and it's magnifico.
What is this again?
It's the Playmakers Helmet Sundae.
Playmakers Helmet Sundae. It looks like it's got 1, 2, 3 scoops of ice cream? 4, 6? 6?
It's a big bowl.
Oh my gosh. 6 scoops of ice cream, 7 layers of fun. this isn't. Alyssa, I think you got enough muscles to handle it. Fire cookie, roasted marshmallows, melted caramel, and chocolate on top, drizzled like it came straight from heaven, ready for us to eat here at Playmakers. I can't wait to dig in. Alyssa, but ladies first.
You're gonna eat the whole thing, Alyssa, right?
Alyssa's gonna eat the whole thing. What'd you think of the ice cream?
You know, I'm glad I picked the ice cream because Alyssa said she was gonna do the entire campfire cookie by herself, and I was like, whoa, don't be a hero. But she was like, listen guys, I'm a YouTube professional, so who am I to argue with her? I'm enjoying my ice cream. I'm gonna enjoy the show here.
Eat.
I bet you're wondering how this tasted. And I have 3 words for you. Give me s'more. Oh, and it also comes with a scoop of ice cream and a shot of ice cold milk. And now for the ice show.
Guys, what a day, what a night. First day of the cruise, super fun, super great. Had a good dinner, but what'd you think about the ice show?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
We've actually seen that now 3 times.
Uh-huh.
But it was good. It was
I say, whether it's your first time or, you know, your third time like us, the ice show is nothing short of just, it makes me speechless. It's hard to form into words, really, because we've done ice skating where you can just go out and have some fun and you know, just skate on the ice. But to see, like, professionals get out there and do 6 flips in the air and then swing each other from their feet, and it's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, I can go forward, and that's about it.
That's about it. Any more announcements before we get to Coco K?
I don't have any announcements.
We do. We have a group cruise, guys. If you want to come hang out with Griff and Alyssa on a group cruise. So if you're interested in going on Alyssa's birthday bash on the Odyssey of the Seas, January 23rd, or just joining us for a Griff and Alyssa See You in Paradise group cruise on the Symphony of the Seas, the largest cruise ship on the planet.
So big, guys.
Come
So
join
big.
us. So I think that's all our announcements for the first part of this, and we will see you in Coco K.
And that was Griff and Alyssa, their YouTube channel, and giving you information about cruising and also the whole deal when it comes to the cruise ships and giving you information. The link is in the description, so that way you can go straight to their YouTube channel. And also Passport Heavy, you can go to that YouTube channel as well, get all kinds of great information. Now, we're keeping it moving right here. I got Foo Fighters and Luke Spiller of the Struts right now.
Special for you! Night two! You get those pants! Light 'em up!
Love you. Awkward. Taylor Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, put her down. Put her down. Bless up. Bless. Bless up, Taylor Hawkins. Now look, don't you agree that it would be a shame for him to be sitting down in those pants all night? When he can come up here and sing a song in those fucking pants tonight. Why let those pants go to waste? You want to see those pants? Do you want to see those pants? Taylor Hawkins, bring those pants out here right now. They're very revealing. Obviously not Catholic. All right. Luke Stryker, get your up here. Who listened to the Struts earlier? We got a real lead singer on our hands. Also, you get the groovinest mother on the planet Earth playing drums for you tonight, Dave Grohl. The heavy mother. Now, two outfits like this, I think, are befitting for a Queen song, don't you think? Is that okay? All right. That's cool. So underdressed. I gotta step up my fucking stage clothes game. I thought it was cool when I got red shoes and then these guys come out.
What a great song. And you know, we always like to get the obscure videos and obscure information for you. We got it for you.
Got a comment? Something to say? Give us your opinion. Call 334-377-8686. We want to hear from you. Comment at the sound of the beat. It's the Bryant Corbitt Show.
stood in the doorway of the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, it could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up the candle, she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor, thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. There's plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, any time of year, you can find it here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted, she got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends. Now they dance in the courtyard, speaks from the sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Look you up, middle of the night, just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, the champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. In their master chambers, gathered for the feast. They stab it with their stealing knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember was running for the door. Let the final passage back, place that was before. Relax to the nightmare, you are going to the sea. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave.
Hey, that's going to about wrap it up for me. I've had myself a very good time. Remember, hey, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Before I leave out, I'm going to leave you with a funny video. I'm just going to leave it at that. Remember, just share and subscribe and hit that notification button, and you'll be notified anytime we upload new videos. Thank you for watching.
Buckle my shoe. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Shut the door. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. 7, 8. Big fat head. He will provide. I know the Lord will. Don't put that on YouTube. I got a little too loud. Will provide. I wouldn't serve a God I couldn't enjoy it. The Lord will provide. I'm so glad. Hey. The Lord. If your God don't let you enjoy him, you need to find my God. Well,
de quem ainda não foi batizado com o Espírito Santo ser batizado, porque Jesus está às portas. Ele vem. Oh, Jesus está voltando para buscar a sua igreja. Eu quero convidá-los a estar de pé.
And take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, Jesus Christ. So put on the armor of God, Jesus Christ. We love you, God, so we do it for God, Jesus Christ. Belt of truth, Jesus Christ. So we do it for. We love you, God. Chestplate, Jesus Christ of righteousness. We love you, God. Shoes of peace, stomping on the enemy. God. Jesus Christ, we love you, God. So we'll do it for him. Shield, Jesus Christ, of faith, rise. Jesus Christ, we love you, God.
For this move now, bam! In the name of Jesus, oh, Holy Ghost, fire, 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 fire!
Thing that you have lost in the last 3 years will mean nothing. Stop walking in front of the prophet.
But if you ain't worthy, if you've been boyfriend and amen, laying up with your boyfriend, amen, Saturday night and then in commune, and you better not take that bread. You done been in love land with him. Now you on Sunday finna take a break, commune with your dirty self, your filthy self. Oh, I ain't scared, cause you ain't worthy, baby. You aren't worthy. God almighty. You done juked all night long. Yeah, you want to take the Lord's Supper. Y'all believe me, mother hungry. Yeah. And now, let me see.
The name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweet. It is the sweet. This name.
no, 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 no means no. No means no, not yes, not yes, no, no. It is the, I didn't say the, I said it is the, it is the sweet, it is the sweet, sweet, not sweet and sour, sweet.
It's literally trembling. Because the Bible said that demons will tremble after the name of Jesus. Amen? So I felt like, okay, God, you let them witness and you let them see all of this. Why? He said, because you're going to go back to Israel. He said, because remember when I sent Isaiah to him to tell him that I'm going to heal him and give him 15 years, he doubted me. Catch that. He doubted